welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Pauline, and in today's video, I'm going to show you what I consider being the ultimate guide to glute growth. Whether you are a beginner or advanced, this video is going to help you build that round and fuller and strong glutes that we all want. We're going to cover everything you need to know from the warm-up, the main workout, to the stretching. So if you're ready to take that glutes to the next level, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So before we dive into the workout, we need to talk about warming up. Warming up is crucial because it prepares your muscles for the workout, it's going to increase your blood flow, and it's going to help prevent any kind of injuries. And I know that you, yes, you who's watching me right now, I know you like to skip that part, and we're not gonna do that today. Not on my watch and not ever. I start my warm-up on the treadmill with a light walk or jog for about 5-10 minutes. So this is great because it gets my blood flowing and it prepares my body for the exercise and the workout. So after the treadmill, I like to incorporate some dynamic stretches. I know some of you are wondering what are dynamic stretches and static stretches. Dynamic stretches involve moving through a range of motion. This helps to further warm up the muscles and improve flexibility. So now I'm going to show you a few of my go-to dynamic stretches, the ones that I really like to do before my leg workout. So I like to start my dynamic stretches with some legs swings. So I usually go find a bar, like a machine in the gym, just hold something to the side to really help me with the balance. And then I'll start with swinging my legs from front to back. So front, back, just like that. And then switch leg. I do this on both sides. And then I like to do leg swings side to side. So same, hold something in front of you, and then you're gonna swing that leg from right to left. And then you're gonna switch and do it on the other side. Next, I like to grab anything, could be a kettlebell, a dumbbell, whatever you have, put it on the floor, and then I like to really warm up my hip flexors. So I'm going to basically bend one leg and then do this with the other leg. And I do this for about 10 reps for each leg. All right, next I like to go into this deep and wide squat, and I like to push with my elbows. I push my knees as much as possible to really open the inner thighs. And then what I'm gonna do is just extend that arm, go back, and then just alternate. As I extend the arm, I still push basically my knee to the side, right? And I do this for 10 reps.
This is Phase Music.
Warming up the quads and the hamstrings. So for that, I like to basically, I put my fingers under my toes, and then I go into squat, deep squat, and I extend back up, deep squat, and extend. So this is going to work the hamstrings, the glutes, and you will also feel it in the quads as you lower down. Basically, you will feel it here. So I do this for about 10 reps as well. Slow, controlled movement, but we are adding that dynamic movement to really get our muscles ready for the workout. After that, I like to do some glute bridges. I go on the floor and then lift up. I push to the heels and go back down. I do this for about 15 reps. Then I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna do some good mornings. So hands behind the back and then I push behind. My knees are slightly bent, and then push forward. And I do this for 10 to 12 reps. All right, moving on. Now I'm going to do some bodyweight squats between 10 to 20. And to finish up the dynamic stretch, I'm going to do some lateral lunges. And I do this for about 10 reps each leg. So when I said 10 reps each leg, it's left side, right side, count for 1 rep. And we do this for a total of 10 reps. The warm-up. All right, so now that we're warmed up, let's talk about how to structure the workout. This is super important because the order in which you're going to perform the exercises is really going to impact your results. So we're gonna break this down into 3 different sections, which I found out being super important. So we have 3 key components: compound movement, unilateral movements, and isolation movements. Compound movement are basically multiple joint exercises that work out multiple muscle groups. They are great for building strength and should be performed at the very beginning of your workout because it takes a lot of energy, so you want to place them at the beginning of your workout. What are the unilateral movements? These are every single leg exercises that are going to help you with any kind of like imbalance. So like everything, whenever you see an exercise that has just, you're working out with just one leg, these are unilateral exercises, right? And then we have the isolation movements. These are basically exercises that are going to target that specific muscle that you want to work. So today we're going to target the glutes. So we're gonna, at the end of the workout, we're gonna have 2 exercises that are specifically dedicated for that part of the muscle. Now, before we jump into the main workout, I want to stress out something that's really important. Glute growth is, yes, going to the gym, working out, staying consistent, but it's also about your nutrition and getting enough rest. So when it comes to nutrition, your body needs to have the right fuel to build muscles, right? So you need to make sure that you have enough protein, enough healthy fats, enough carbs. It's not the enemy. You need carbs in the nutrition, but you just need to have the right portions. But very important to have the proper and the balanced diet. And then rest. If you guys don't know, muscles grow when you rest. So if you don't give enough rest to your muscles to build, then you're never gonna actually grow your muscles, right? So make sure that you're getting enough sleep and enough rest to allow your muscles to grow, because overtraining can actually hinder your progress. So just something to keep in mind. Now let's get into the workout. So exercise number 1, we have the barbell hip thrust. This is the king of all glute exercises. It's going to give you the highest level of glute activation and that round shape. All right, so you're gonna grab a bar and then some plates. For the purpose of the video, because it's going to be my first set, I'm going to start with 25 pounds. This is pound and not kilograms. So you place your 2 plates. And then you have your bench, right? So the way that you're going to set up is sit on the floor with your back against the bench. Make sure that the bench don't move because you might actually swing behind, and actually that's what's gonna happen for me. So I hope it's not gonna move too much. So then you're gonna roll the bar over your hips, and then you're gonna bend your legs, and then you're gonna push upwards the ceiling, pushing through your heels. So make sure that your back is against the bench, about this level, right? I'm not here, and I'm not too far. It's like about shoulder, a little bit more than shoulder blades level.
This is phase ed music.
If you are a beginner, or if you're just someone who doesn't like to use the barbell, or you're just a little afraid of using the barbell, don't worry, I used to be afraid of this bar. You can grab a dumbbell. So I'm gonna show you how to perform the hip thrust with a dumbbell. You're gonna put it on your hips, just right here, and do the same movement. Back against the bench or whatever surface that you have, and then you're gonna push through the heels. Again, we're scooping, right? Chin is stuck, lower back down, slow and controlled. I push the heels, go back up, and we do this movement for the number of reps. You can also grab 2 dumbbells. If you grab 2 dumbbells, you're gonna put them on each side of your hips, right? Just right here. And then you're gonna do the same movement. Everything should be controlled, slow. The slower you're gonna go, the better it's going to be, the more you're gonna feel that burn and that muscle working. Do not go fast. It's gonna get you literally nowhere, trust me. All right, next, we're gonna have our hinge movement. So we're gonna do a Romanian deadlift. So how to perform this exercise? You're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna go into a squat position just for the preparation, right? You're gonna grab that bar just about this level. Grab the bar, an overhand, and then stand up. When you do the RDL, you're going to really basically hinge at the hips. So we're gonna go down, keeping the bar as close as possible to our legs, chin, and then squeeze back up. And then I keep a slight bend in my knee, and then I go back up. Let me show you from the side. I love this exercise. It's really one of the exercises that I feel like I really feel that tension in my glutes, of course in the hamstrings too. But one thing that I learned when I started to do my RDL, because I know it's a movement that if you don't fully understand how to do it, you're not going to feel it in your glutes. So the visual that I like to say, right, it's imagine that you're pushing a door, you're gonna close the door behind you. So like the door of your apartment, the door of your car, right? You're going to push it with your hips behind, right? So you're pushing it. Imagine that you have basically something that's going in your hips right here and push it behind. I keep a slight bend in my knee, and then I go down up until I feel that stretch and contraction in these hamstrings and glutes. I don't go too far down, but really it's until when I feel like I have that contraction, which for me, it's about here, mid-chin, I go back up and I squeeze my glutes at the top. For some people, it might just be here that you feel that stretch. It's totally fine. Stop here and then go back up. For some people, it would be probably lower because they're probably more flexible. It's okay. Just make sure that when you do it, your back stay flat, right? It's straight, parallel to the floor. Hips are going in the back. And then you push through. See, like, without even paying attention, my toes just like went off the floor because I'm pushing with my heels. So once again, I go down and I push. I go down and I squeeze. Even just by doing this exercise, I can feel my glutes working. So if you are a beginner, I would say just try doing it with dumbbells. or a barbell without the weight until you really understand the proper movement and the proper form. Once you have it, you'll be like, oh, okay, yes, I love that, and then you can put on weights, all right? But I need you to really feel that movement here. Let me show you how to perform this exercise with the dumbbells. So you're gonna grab them to the side, stand up. Now, I like to usually do this with my shoulders. It just puts my upper body in the right form, right? So I'm here. I'm going to push back with my hips back, knees are slightly bent. I'm stopping around like mid-chin, and then I push back and I squeeze my glutes. Make sure that your back is flat, parallel to the floor, and then I squeeze back to the front. You see, I'm actually shaking every time that I'm doing this exercise. It's really because I'm squeezing at the top, and I really engage my glutes and my hamstrings, just like here. So you can have your dumbbells in front of you, like that, just like the barbell. But what I like to do when I use the dumbbells, it's putting them slightly on the side of my legs to really feel it in my glutes. So I'm like right here, and then I go down. I suggest doing this exercise for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Exercise number 3, we're gonna go into our squat. You can do it with a barbell or the Smith machine or dumbbells as well. I'm going to use the Smith machine for the purpose of this exercise. So when you do the squat, we're gonna go under the bar. See, like right here, it's a bit too high for me. I can't even like lift it up and take it off the machine. So when it's like that, I just need to lower it down one level. So we go down. Then I'm right here, right? Your feet, to really target the glutes, I like to slightly angle them to the side. Just slightly, right? As if you were doing a sumo squat, I just do them like that. And then we're gonna go down, sit down as if we were to sit on a chair, and then stand up. You see my feet are slightly angled, right? They're not straight, they are slightly angled, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We go down, down, down as you can, and then we push back up. On this exercise, I recommend doing 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Because it's a compound movement, you're going to target multiple muscles. So we're going to target the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. But like I said, if you are targeting the glutes on the squat, make sure that you're going more into a sumo stance position, which would be like this, rather than a regular squat, which now you're really going to emphasize the quads, right? So again, I'm going to do it off the machine. I place my legs just a bit wider than shoulder width apart. My feet are slightly angled. I go down. Really, it's a deep stretch. And then I push to the heels and go back up, down, and up. Moving on to our 4th exercise, our Bulgarian split squats, which is going to be our first unilateral movement. I have a love-hate relationship with this exercise, but I gotta say, this is a great exercise. So you're gonna grab 2 dumbbells. I would recommend, if you don't really know how to have the proper form, I would recommend doing it body weight, or grab like small weights, and then just gradually increase the weight over time. 1 foot on the bench or a steady surface. Then you're gonna sit on that back leg, and then, then you're going to sit on that back leg, extend that leg that's on the floor. I like to do it where like the heel is touching the ground right now, right? This is going to be the length of, like the proper length that I'm going to have. And then now we have the proper form. You're gonna grab the 2 dumbbells that are supposed to be to the side and then go back up. Now, there are two ways basically to do the Bulgarian split squat. Because we want to target the glutes, we're going to lean slightly forward to really emphasize the muscle of the glutes, right? So to do that, I like to actually take a little step forward, just like that, a slight jump. And then I'm leaning, basically, I'm straight. I'm leaning slightly forward, and then I go down as much as possible, and I stand up. We're going down, hold for a second, and up. I'm going to show you the difference. If you stand basically straight, you're gonna target more your quads. So let's say I'm here, and then I'm going down as an elevator, right? So I'm going to be like here. Now I'm going to target more the quads. You will feel it. It's more of the quad that's working right now. If I lean slightly forward, which is what we're gonna do for this routine, we're going to target more the glutes, right? And then go back up. This exercise should be performed in a slow and controlled movement, same as every other exercise. You keep the dumbbells to the side, and you go back up. For my beginners, please, 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 do it body weight. I really want you to understand the movement, to do that muscle-mind connection before grabbing any weight. This exercise is going to humble you right away, right? So don't think about grabbing heavy weight, because as long as you don't have the proper form, you're definitely not going to feel it, neither in your glutes, probably like just in your quad. So please, prioritize body weight exercises before grabbing the weight until you have the proper form. And then you're going to progressively increase the weight. Our second unilateral movement will be our reverse lunges. This exercise is really great for reducing any knee stress while still targeting effectively the glutes. So you're gonna grab your dumbbells, you're gonna have them to your side, then you're gonna basically stand tall, step one foot back into a lunge, and then you're gonna lower down and go back to the starting position, and you're going to alternate legs. Again, you can lean slightly forward. Don't step too close because you're going to target your quads. So what I like to do is like a split squat. I'm about here, really like in the middle, right? I lean forward, and then I go down slightly, touching the floor really slightly, and I go back up. Now, if you want to increase this movement, what I like to do is actually step on an elevation. So here I'm going to use a plate, and I'm going to do the same movement, but because I'm slightly elevated, it's going to add a little more range of motion. Same structure, step one leg in the back, and then go back down, and then alternate. On this exercise, I recommend doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps each leg. Now, let's isolate the glutes with cable kickbacks. This is going to be our first exercise. This is going to be our first isolation exercise. So now you're gonna go into the cable machine, and you're gonna make sure that this is at the lowest level. You're gonna grab this kind of attachment. It's like an ankle attachment. You're gonna put it right here, attach the cable. This move really allows you to target the glute maximus. So you're going to attach the ankle strap to the cable. Then you're gonna stand tall, facing the cable, right? I like to take a step back. Then what I'm gonna do is slightly lean forward and then ankle my foot 45-degree angle, because this is going to help me focus on the glutes, right? And now I'm going to kick back, holding for a second at the top, and then coming back to the starting position. And then we're gonna go back, hold for a second, and then you always control that cable, right? Don't let the cable control you. You control the cable. And then on the other side, all you gotta do is just remove this ankle strap, put it on the other side, and then here. What I like to do is take a step backward, just a slight step, slightly lean forward. I turn my toe to 45-degree angle, and then I kick back. And I come back, I control the movement, and I hold for a second, and then everything is slow and controlled, right? I'm not arching my back. The mistake that I keep saying when people are doing this exercise is that they really go low, and then they try to, I don't know, create this kind of momentum, which basically all you do is just like, all you do is just like hurt in your back, right? You don't need to create that entire momentum when you do the kickback. Really, I just need to be right here and I already feel basically the tension in my glutes, right? And then I go back down and up. So as you can see, I'm not going too high with my working leg. For this exercise, I recommend doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps each leg. Finally, we're finishing off with hip abduction. This move targets the glutes medius and minimus, which is super important to have that rounded shape. So you're gonna sit on the abduction machine and you're going to adjust the pads so they can basically rest on your outer thighs. So because I am small, you see, if I am really like standing straight and if my back is touching the back of the machine, the pads are going to rest on my knee and I don't want that. So to help me, I'm just going to put something behind my back. So this, I don't know what it is, but I found it at the gym. So just find something, that can just help you have that proper movement. So now the pads are resting right there, not on my knee, right? And then you're going to push your legs apart. You're gonna hold for a second and then slowly go back down to the starting position. And I recommend doing this for 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Make sure that you are controlling the movement, you're not going too fast, and really basically hold that position for a second or two before going back to the starting position. All right, guys, so that's it for the main workout. Now, after that hard work, it's essential to cool down and stretch, because stretching is going to help you with the mobility, help you recover, and help prevent any injuries again. So let me show you a few of my favorite exercises post-leg workout. Now, let's talk about some advanced techniques that are really going to maximize your glute growth. I want to speak about progressive overload and supersets. Progressive overload simply means that you're going to intensify the workout or each exercise that you are doing. So you can do so by increasing the weights, increasing your reps, increasing your sets, anything that's going to be more challenging gradually over time. So let's say 1 week you start with, I don't know, I'm going to take the example of the hip thrust. You're going to start with 25 pounds on the barbell. Then the week after, you can increase to, you can increase the weight, or you can change the reps, or you can change the set. So anything that's going to basically make your exercise more challenging. Now, if you are someone who has done all these things, right? You have increased the weight, you have changed your number of reps, and you still don't see any results. That means you're hitting a plateau, right? So the best way to kind of overcome that is to add some supersets. That's what I like to do in my routine when I see that there's no changes happening. I like to really challenge my body with adding supersets. So a superset is simply performing 2 exercises back to back with little to no rest in between. Now, for those asking how many times they should work out their glutes, I would say 2 to 3 times a week is great, more than enough. You would do 1 day glutes, and then you take the next day, it could be an upper body or a cardio, and then glutes, rest, and glutes. So 3 times really would be your max. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Remember, consistency is key, but fueling your body is super crucial, and giving the rest that you need is super important. Do these 3, combine these 3, and I promise you will see amazing results. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. Also, if you have a friend who is on a glute building journey, make sure to share this video with him. With him? With them? With them. Make sure to share this video with a friend who's on a glute building journey too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!